Hello people, and welcome back to part 31 of Big Easier, the city's Skylines build guide. There was a couple of time lapses before the beginning of today's episode, and we have done some work off camera. We've started to kind of flesh out these empty spaces that we have at the beginning of the downtown, with a couple of plazas, kind of a nice little kind of office park introduction as you're coming off the highway. And it's slowly coming together. Still, again, we've still got some spaces here that need to be done. But we've got some really nice corner offices now, and I'm already super happy with the way that these 4 buildings look on the corners. So I'm going to go ahead and make these guys historical buildings, and that's going to mean that they are not going to change their appearance. And we're going to get this nice kind of corner feel alongside it. It almost makes it look as though it's kind of part of the same office park. Also use some of the amusement park paths here as well, just for a change. And we've also begun to kind of transition into a dense industry area. These need to be deleted. That's going to kind of flow from the downtown into our industry, and we're going to be doing some work on that at some point in the future. We've also gone ahead and laid out the workings for the next part of the downtown, which is going to be kind of the riverfront. And we've got some really nice kind of shapes and designs going on here. It's only just been started, and we will kind of continue it along here as well. And we've also dramatically changed the trumpet interchange, so it's kind of continuing that more spider feel. We want a very high stacked interchange along here with lots of kind of buildings up and alongside it. It's not super perfect yet. We've still got these kind of weird bumps that go where it's not quite snapped into where we wanted it to be. But I'll tidy that up off camera. I just wanted to kind of play with a couple of ideas. And we've also expanded the cycle highway onto this side of town as well, which now passes over the underpass. So lots of kind of cool things coming, and it should be cool to see that develop. But we're going to be taking a break from the downtown stuff for today's episode and work on redesigning this, because this looks terrible. So we built this way back on episode 19 or something, and yeah, it looks awful. It is not at all kind of, looks like a port. If you see a port in real life, these things are, they have big keys and kind of bankings coming out everywhere, lots of different rail. And I think we're going to move our rail stations, or at least maybe 1 or 2 of them, over here as well, so we can export and import cargo from them. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into a time lapse. Let's get rid of all of this and kind of do some terraforming. And let's make ourselves a brand new port. Okay guys, so this looks much better in my opinion. You know, it already looks much more as you would imagine a port would, kind of a big heavy industrial area, and it's going to allow us to do some really cool things. If you're going to kind of do this and terraform the land near the shipping lanes, then you need to make sure that you're not actually blocking off these yellow paths, because if you do, they won't move around the land, they will just go over the land and you'll have ships kind of driving on and off of your land, which obviously looks ridiculous. So I'll just kind of reform the highway into a toll booth, and this is just a two-way large, and again we're going to whack the prices right up. This is also going to make us a little bit of money, charging everyone to kind of come and enter the industrial port. It's kind of a cheesy way, but the point why I'm doing this is I want it to look as though it's like a security gate. You know, if you've ever been near kind of a big heavy freight port in real life, these things are like super secure. You know, you cannot just walk into them. So I think we're going to bring a big 6-lane road down here. Let's kind of get a nice straight road to follow the highway. So I'm going to turn off all my snapping here and just kind of wing this as best as possible. Let's have that follow up, and then this guy can connect up through there. Okay, so there's going to be kind of different things for each of these little kind of mini peninsulas that are going to come out. See, the land here is a little bit janky, isn't it? I'll sort that out off camera, so no need to worry. It looks as though our sewage has lost power. We need to make sure that we fix that up. Let's just give a temporary connection into the downtown whilst we sort this out. Okay, so let's kind of plan out some little kind of office buildings that are going to sit alongside the quays here. So is that the closest place that we can get down? Looks like it is. Okay, so I think that would be cool to have some office space on there. Let's go ahead and fill that in. Just like that. Okay. And then we can maybe detail like a little outdoor eating area here alongside the quay maybe. That'd be pretty cool. Let's bring a road through here. See where it's going to be. Best place. That's going to give us some zoning squares there. Let's come up to the edge of the quay and then cross over. That'll give us some room to work over here. Let's come down back onto ground. And it looks as though we might be able to actually get some nice zoning squares in there as well, so we can do something with this little region. Maybe we can actually connect up the kind of secondary bypass to this point as well. So this road links all the way down into the downtown. It's all about infrastructure, making it easier for people to move around. Okay. Let's have some more zoning alongside here. Again here, I think we'll do some pattern zoning here. Let's have one right there, and then one on the corner as well. We may be able to get some paths that actually cross over the quays. We'll see how that turns out. Okay, and we've got this big boy down here, so let's continue the road off. We'll have this continue to there. I think that looks pretty cool. Let's kind of plan out a little bit of a network on this peninsula. Let's bring him up. And then across like that. Okay. We're actually going to make this a one-way circuit, I think. Let's upgrade him into one-way and change the direction. Up to here anyway. And then he can come in like that. And again, with this space here, we'll do some nice big corner offices. Maybe leave a gap there so we can put a path through around the back of the quay. And then up here as well. And maybe we can do some kind of cool little plaza looking thing in the middle, kind of like a little mini business park. I think it'd be a good shout. We actually need to go ahead and delete this district because this has the IT specialization on it. So that means that any office zoning in there is going to be super high rise, and I don't think I want that. Maybe, I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let's not forget about this. Let's do this right now. In each direction. See, there is a very minute spot where we can snap out. Let's come straight out into a bridge. That's a little bit too severe. Let's try rework that somewhat. Okay, that connects the highway back up. I'm not a massive fan of having bridges immediately off the highway. I think it's looks a little bit silly, but you know, it's fine for what we're trying to do here. Okay, so let's have a look at some actual shipping stuff, because this is what we're actually building the port for. I think we'll go ahead and actually move the ferry depot down here. That seems like a sensible thing to do. Where can we have him? It'd be cool to have something in the quay itself. Or maybe we can have him down here. No, let's place in our main buildings first. Okay. So cargo hub is the main one that we want to be working with. Looks as though we've got a nice little perfect spot to get one in here. Let's try and sort out this land over here a little bit. Need to adjust. When you're kind of messing with these keys, the land can be your friend or your foe. Let's make them a little bit deeper as well. Let's turn our brush size up. Let's make sure, oh no, it's not what I want to do. Let's make sure that the keys are nice and deep. There's lots of big shipping lanes around here. Let's push out this side as well. And then out into the bay. All along here. And into there as well. And then we'll bring our brush size down. And then just tidy up these corners. And up into the actual hub itself. We'll leave these keys a little bit shallower. But I think up until the cargo hub is a sensible place to kind of have the key. The depth, so you can see it kind of drops off as it leaves the quay, which I think is fine. Let's see if there's a better place we can place this before we kind of build the infrastructure around it. It's saying height too high. Yeah, okay, I think we'll have it here. So as you saw at the start of this episode, these things produce absolutely enormous amounts of traffic. So we're going to need to make sure that we have the infrastructure to actually cope for all that traffic and give them immediate highway access here via another small interchange. They won't be able to enter this way, they will have to flow through the toll gate. But for those leaving, we are going to give them highway access in a couple of different directions. So let's carry on our 6-lane road and bring him, just bring him straight down here for the moment, and then we can kind of plan what's going to happen with the road network. Okay. So we'll enter here, and because it's a one-way road, cars, well, lorries and trucks will only enter through here, and because it's one-way, there's no traffic lights either. I'm using the industrial road as well, which I think, you know, for this enormous industrial area is appropriate. Let's bring him out along here, and then he can continue to circle along the edge of the keys. Okay, let's knock him back. And then we'll have to make a couple of little kind of switcheroo roads here. So we'll bring him down and then back into the road. Might actually make a mini roundabout out of that. Let's try that before we do anything else. Okay, let's go ahead and grab one-way highway sound barriers. And then so we're just going to come out by 5 blocks, then up by 5. This is going to give us nice smooth roundabout. Also, guys, thank you so much for 300 subscribers. We hit the milestone over the weekend. So again, thank you for all your support. You guys are the best. I'm thinking of doing maybe a little special. I was thinking maybe doing kind of a recording setup. You know, what I use to actually make these videos. I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Just kind of as a little kind of subscriber thank you. Okay, so that's going to work nicely. We're going to have, I think we'll actually upgrade this road into the industrial lanes as well. So I want them to have highway access here, so let's go ahead and factor that in. So actually make it the one-way road, and we'll keep it the same. And then you can connect up. So they've got a nice slow approach, and then immediately onto the highway. I think that's the best place to connect them. There's no immediate junctions around here, and they'll be able to kind of slip on smoothly onto the highway. I need to also factor in a route for them back onto this side. Which I'm guessing, I'll try it here, but I think we're a little, yeah, we're just too close right here. I wonder if, let's try something, let's delete this bridge and then come out by a small amount. Now whilst we've got that there, let's go ahead and grab this guy again. And see if we can kind of curve him around the edges of this yeah, there is a very small sweet spot where this guy can kind of join. Okay. And up into there. Does that look too ridiculous? It's a little bit bumpy. I'll tidy it up off camera. And then we'll be able to kind of do something with that as well. Okay, let's have another highway. Slip point here. So I'll have to ascend a little bit sooner. Just kind of bring him up snugly. Alongside this bridge here. One more incline should see us clear the highway. Okay, so it does take some playing, but you will eventually just find a sweet spot where you can merge on smoothly. Again, this is all going to contribute to that nice kind of stacked downtown feel, this heavy industrial port that we're going for. I think we're going to move this exit up ever so slightly. Let's kind of rework that bend there, it's not the smoothest. So let's snap to road guideline. So we kind of know where we're hoping to land. And we can connect him up down here. Okay, so I'm really liking the way that this area is starting to look. You know, it's looking very heavily industrialized, and it'll be cool to see some things moving in and around here. Okay, let's not forget to hook this guy back up. That would be something of a disaster. I think from this point here. And then we'll remove some of that foliage a little bit. And that's going to see everyone get on. So let's have a little review of what we've just done. So as cargo arrives at the cargo hub, they're going to want to head out across the city. They'll either export it away or take it to somewhere. And previously they were all being forced through a single roundabout and then back onto the highway. And we were having really bad traffic issues because of that. However, we've now created immediate access for them to exit the port via this road here, and then this road up here as well, which is kind of making a nice few flowing bridges around here now. However, for people wanting to get into the port, then they have to use the old interchange and then jump on to the two-way large toll booth and then head into the port and arrive by here. So this should see a lot of the traffic issues fixed. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's have a little look now at what we want to kind of reside within this block right here. I think probably a warehouse, kind of similar to how we had the other one. The medium is fine. Can we get a large in here? Yeah, it looks as though we will be able to, although we'll need to make something for it. Also need to factor in rail to this place as well, which is something that I definitely haven't forgot to do. Okay, we'll probably bridge the railway, I imagine. I think that's what we'll probably do. And yeah, we won't put a train station in here. We'll probably do metro. We do have a metro line over here. You do want to have these places supplied up with public transport. Oh, by the way, I've reworked the metro, so it's kind of flowing in very obvious squares and directions now into different parts of the city. Nice little interchange here too. Okay, yeah, we'll throw a metro hub in here at some point. For right now, let's have a little look at how we want this warehouse to look. Just connect them up there. And we'll throw in the warehouse right here. And if we can kind of sort out some of this nasty terrain generation that we've got going on. Let's just kind of smoothen this all out. I think up to here. And up along this side as well. Okay. He can just store whatever for right now. It doesn't really matter. Store flour. An entire warehouse just for flour. Okay. So already I think we're looking much more port-like. Let's have a little look at some of the other stuff we can do. Maybe we can actually have a ferry stop in here for any commuters. Maybe right on the front here. And let's go ahead and connect this guy up. They can immediately leave the port and then just kind of follow the shipping lanes. Looks as though we'll have to rebuild the bridge just a little bit, but this will allow us to hook up to there. Let's redraw the bridge in. There we go, now we can clear them. Very good. And soak up our power lines again. We do need to find a better way of actually bringing power over across to the island. But for right now, those will actually do. Okay. I think we're ready to start decorating and hit play. If all my calculations are correct, everything should be smooth. Let's hit play and see what happens, of course. We'll need to make sure everyone is watered. Let's just bring this down here, and of course powered as well. Let's bring him across up into there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the rail yard here. I'll probably do more terraforming, although I'll stick that in a time lapse maybe at the end of the episode. And we can work on a bit of a rail yard. Because these things do have rail as well. You can connect these up and they will export. But for right now it doesn't matter. Because we've got the rail line is over here. That we still need to connect to. It's been we've expanded in the wrong direction really for rail. But it's okay. It's a simple, easily rectifiable mistake. Let's go ahead and add in a stop here. And then he can connect down to here, into here, and then head all the way back. So that'll be a nice little point of yeah, of course all of our water is now gonna, oh dear, I have not done the the terraforming correctly here. Let me go ahead and tidy this up. Let's go ahead and knock all this back. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll actually keep the keys the same depth. So it kind of looks, I think, makes it look more industrial, I think. And then in here as well. So of course, we've just done lots of terraforming and messing with the land. So our water is going to go pretty crazy. Kind of smoothing this out. It's a little bit nasty. Smoothing all that. So the drop-offs aren't quite as severe. Okay, let's leave the game on 3 speed right now. And let's kind of have a little tsunami. Tsunami is hitting the cargo port. The water physics in this game are absolutely crazy. Okay. So let's have a little look at this place here first of all. I think I want to put in a little plaza. If I could find the right one. I think probably this one. Not sure. Of course we can't build anything while we're waiting for water to come out. Okay, let's hook this boy up temporarily. Up and over here. Nicely. Oh no! Bye, I'm sorry. If the water would go away. Okay guys, I'm going to cut away. And I'll be back in a minute when the water's stopped being a dick. Okay guys, it's gone away. That was really annoying to see it slowly flood. Like, yeah, anyway. So I think I'm going to add in a little bit of a road here. And then let's add in a plaza. And then a path to accompany said plaza. And then maybe we can kind of decorate that up. Again, we'll do that in the time lapse towards the end of the episode. Okay, so I've also added in a little footpath here. We've got some kind of nice kind of quayside office vibes beginning to develop, which I think are looking pretty neat. Traffic is flowing in various directions. I just realised that this roundabout is facing the wrong way. Yeah, it needs to be opposite direction. There we go. So you can see now that everyone, pretty much most of the cars that are leaving the transport hub are actually heading out across the little mini junctions that we just made for them. And already, from kind of a bird's eye view, traffic is flowing much more smoothly, which is what we want. So the water's stabilised. But yeah, this episode's been going on for long enough, I think. Let's dive into a little kind of mess about time lapse, and then we'll pop back in for an outro charge. Okay guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a like below is very much appreciated. There's still a lot more work to do here, a ton more detailing to make this really feel like a proper dense industrial port, but I do feel like it is kind of on the way to being what we want it to be. We had a lot of problems with flooding and still some problems continuing off camera, but again, once the water in the game begins to stabilise, we'll see just this area starting to look a little bit nicer, and yeah, it certainly looks a lot better than it did. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the outro tag, see how it turns out. This thing looks really cool from the air, and yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.